You clock in at 9 a.m., work through lunch, and leave at 6 p.m. Your paycheck says $30 an hour. You feel like you are doing okay, maybe even pretty well. Then Friday night hits, you check your bank account, and somehow there is barely anything left. You are making good money. So where is it all going? You feel this knot in your stomach because despite working 40, sometimes 50 hours a week, you are still living paycheck to paycheck. Sound familiar? Hey guys, I am Ben, and I've spent years obsessing over personal finance, digging into why so many hardworking people feel financially stuck despite earning decent incomes. I share practical strategies to help you break free from the money traps that keep you running in place. If you are tired of feeling broke despite working hard, you are in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up so more people can discover these insights. Here is something that changed how I see work forever. I call it your real hourly rate. And it is probably the most eye-opening calculation you'll ever do. Your real hourly rate isn't what your boss pays you. It is what you actually keep after all the costs of having that job eat away at your paycheck. Most people never calculate this number, and that is exactly why they stay trapped. Let me break this down. Say you make $30 an hour at your office job. Sounds decent, right? But let's look at what that job actually costs you. First, taxes take about 25%, so you are down to $22.50. Then there is your commute. You drive 45 minutes each way, 5 days a week. That is 7.5 hours of unpaid time weekly. Your car costs money too. Gas runs you about $60 a week for work trips, plus wear and tear, insurance, maintenance. Let's call it another $40 weekly. That is $100 right there. You buy coffee every morning because you are rushing. Grab lunch out because the office kitchen is depressing. Maybe get drinks with colleagues on Friday because that is just what everyone does. Another $150 weekly. Easy. Your work wardrobe, dry cleaning, that gym membership you need because sitting at a desk is killing your back. Add another $75 a week when you average it out. Now let's do the math. You work 40 hours but spend another 7.5 commuting. So that is 47.5 hours dedicated to this job weekly. You gross $1,200 for 40 hours at 30 per each hour. After taxes, that is $900. Subtract your $425 in work-related expenses, and you are left with $475. Divide that by the 47.5 hours you actually spent, and your real hourly rate is exactly $10 an hour. Not 30-10. But wait, it gets worse. Let's say you are in a higher stress job. You are making $30 an hour, but the pressure means you need therapy. $120 a session twice a month. You can't sleep, so you are buying sleep aids and spending money on weekend getaways just to decompress. Add another $150 a week when you average those costs. Now you are down to about $6.50 per hour of actual value you are keeping. I watched my friend Sarah go through this exact revelation. She was so proud when she landed a job at a downtown firm making $35 an hour. She bought a new car because she needed something reliable for the commute, upgraded her wardrobe because the office culture was polished and professional, started getting her nails done every 2 weeks because everyone else did. A year in, she was more stressed and had less savings than when she was making $22 an hour at a local company 10 minutes from her apartment. When we sat down and calculated her real hourly rate, she almost cried. After everything, she was keeping about $8 per hour. Her old job, with its lower gross pay but minimal expenses, had actually left her with $12 per hour in her pocket. She had taken a pay cut to feel like she got a raise. Now compare that to my neighbor Mike. He makes $25 an hour doing freelance graphic design from home. No commute, so that is 10 hours a week back in his life. No work wardrobe costs, no daily coffee runs, no car expenses for commuting, no office birthday contributions or holiday gift exchanges. He makes $1,000 for 40 hours of work. After taxes, about $750. His work expenses are maybe his internet, $50 a month, and some software subscriptions. Another $70 monthly. That is about $30 weekly in expenses. His real hourly rate works out to about $18. He makes $5 less per hour on paper than Sarah at her fancy firm, but he is keeping more than double what she keeps per each hour of his life. This is the scam nobody talks about. We've been trained to look at that top line number, that hourly rate or salary figure, and judge our worth and our OP opportunities by it. Meanwhile, the actual money flowing into our lives and staying there tells a completely different story. Here is another angle that makes this even more brutal. Think about what you do with your time off. If you are exhausted from your job, you spend money to recover. You are too tired to cook, so you order delivery. Too drained to exercise, so your health suffers and medical costs creep up. Too stressed to deal with your finances, so you pay late fees and miss out on better deals. The job isn't just expensive during work hours. It is expensive in how it shapes your entire life. I know what some of you are thinking right now, Ben. I don't have a choice. I need this job. I have bills to pay. I can't just quit and work from home. I hear you, and I am not suggesting you walk out Monday morning. But here is the thing. You can't fix a problem you don't see. Most people are making financial decisions blind, chasing higher salaries without understanding they might be running toward less actual money in their pocket. Others are thinking, okay, but what about career growth? Maybe I am making less now after expenses, but this job leads somewhere bigger. Fair point. And I am not saying career investment is wrong, but you need to be intentional about it. Are you actually on a path that leads somewhere? Or are you just telling yourself that story while years slip by? I've seen too many people sacrifice their present for a future promotion that never comes. Or that comes with a raise that still doesn't compensate for the life costs. Some of you are probably thinking this sounds privileged. Not everyone can work from home or choose lower expense jobs. You are absolutely right. But even within constraints, understanding your real hourly rate gives you power. It helps you negotiate better. It helps you choose between two job offers more wisely. It helps you decide if that side hustle is actually worth your time. Knowledge is the first step to change, even when change has to be gradual. So what do you actually do with this information? Let me give you some concrete steps you can take right now. First, calculate your own real hourly rate this weekend. Write down your gross pay, then list every single expense that exists because of your job. Be honest and thorough. Include the hidden stuff like that subscription box you get because you are too busy to shop, or the house cleaner you hired because work leaves you no time. Include the time costs too. Every hour spent commuting, decompressing, or doing work tasks off the clock. Do the math. The number might shock you, but you need to see it clearly. Second, audit 1 month of spending specifically looking for job-related costs. Track every coffee, every lunch out, every convenience purchase you make, because work leaves you no time or energy. You'll probably find money leaking out in places you never noticed. I did this myself and discovered I was spending almost $200 monthly on convenience store stops for snacks and drinks on my way to and from the office. $200 I could have saved by spending 10 minutes packing snacks on Sunday. Third, brainstorm ways to reduce your job costs without quitting. Can you carpool or take public transit? Can you meal prep on Sundays? Can you build a capsule work wardrobe from thrift stores instead of buying new? Can you negotiate remote work even 1 or 2 days a week? Every dollar you cut from job expenses is a dollar that goes straight to your real hourly rate. It is like giving yourself a raise without asking your boss. Fourth, use this lens when evaluating any new job opportunity. Don't just look at the salary. Look at the commute, the dress code, the work culture around spending money, the hours, the flexibility, the stress level, and its downstream costs. A job offering $5,000 more a year, but requiring a longer commute and more expensive lifestyle might actually be a pay cut in real terms. Run the numbers before you say yes. Fifth, consider side income through the real hourly rate lens. That gig that pays $15 an hour but you can do from your couch in your pajamas with zero expenses might actually put more money in your pocket than overtime at your $30 an hour job, with all its costs. I started doing consulting work on weekends that paid less per hour on paper, but had essentially zero expenses. Every dollar I made was a dollar I kept, minus taxes. It became my fastest path to building savings. Look, The system is designed to keep you focused on that big number on your offer letter while quietly draining your actual wealth through 1,000 small cuts. Your employer benefits when you don't calculate your real hourly rate. The economy benefits when you keep spending on work-related consumption, but you don't benefit. Your financial freedom doesn't benefit. This isn't about blaming anyone or opting out of work entirely. It is about seeing clearly so you can make better choices. Maybe you discover your current job is actually pretty good when you run the numbers. Great. Now you know, and you can stop wondering if the grass is greener elsewhere. Or maybe you discover you are in a trap, and that knowledge becomes the catalyst for change. I've watched people transform their financial lives not by making more money, but by keeping more of what they make. That starts with understanding what you are actually earning versus what you are actually keeping. The gap between those two numbers is where your financial stress lives. You work too hard to be broke. You are smarter than the system gives you credit for, but you have to see the game being played before you can win it. Calculate your real hourly rate. Make decisions based on what you keep, not what you are promised. Design your work life around maximizing actual take-home value, not impressive-sounding titles or salaries. If this perspective shifted something for you, smash that like button and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more reality checks about money that actually help you build wealth instead of just feeling busy. The path to financial freedom isn't always about earning more. Sometimes it is about bleeding less. And that starts with knowing your real numbers. You've got this. Now go do the math and take back control of your money.